teachers are giving you, and that you're leaving your comments at the portal. Please also ensure that you follow up with the teachers. You have most of the teachers' contacts, so in case you find that you did not understand any concept or you need clarifications, you're free to find out the contacts of your teachers so that they can explain to you further what you do not understand. So this is week 4, and our lesson 1 is we're going to learn about the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense. We have done most of these tenses: simple tense and simple present, simple past. And today I would like us to learn about the present continuous tense. And after this lesson, you should be able to define. To define is to explain what is present continuous tense. You should also be able to correctly use the tense both in writing and in speaking. Correct. We've said that you should be able to define present continuous tense and use it both for writing and for speaking purposes. So thank you. And so the next step is definition of this tense. What is present continuous tense? The present continuous tense, we should know that it is also known as the present progressive tense. It is a verb tense which is used to show that an ongoing action is happening now, an action that is continuing or that is progressive at this very moment, either at the moment of speech or now in a larger sense. The present continuous tense also can also be used to show that an action is going to take place in the near future. It is also used to show that an action is going to take place in the near future. Read on for detailed descriptions, examples of present continuous, and also try out the exercises and the assignment that you're going to find in this tutorial. Now, there are different forms, the forms of the present continuous tense, how it is used in affirmative or positive statement, in a question form, and in a negative form, a negative sentence. So the present continuous tense is formed using am, is, and are, and plus a present participle. And as we have learned before, that the present participle is the ing form of verbs. They are indicated by inverting the subject. Am, is, and are. Negatives are made with not. Negative sentences are made with not. And we have examples here. The statement which is affirmative, example: you are watching TV. You are watching TV. A question: are you watching a TV? Are you watching TV? So you can see that this positive statement has been inverted to make the question. And then the negative form is you are not watching TV, as we have learned that the negatives are made with not. So negatives are made with not. So those are the forms: am, is, are, with present participle, which is usually with ing. The statement or the positive or affirmative example: you are watching TV. The question form: are you watching TV? And the negative form, you are not watching TV. You are not watching TV. Very good. Now we are going to learn the uses of the present continuous tense. We are going to learn the uses of the present continuous tense. We have several uses, about 4. How is the present continuous tense used? How is the present or progressive continuous tense used? And as you can see from this diagram, you can see there is a line, then there's a bar at the center, present. The center represents the present, and then on our left presents the past, and on our right represents the future. Now the first use is as indicated, now. So use the present continuous tense with normal verbs to express the idea that something is happening now. Something is happening now, at this very moment. It can also be used to show that something is not happening now. Examples, we are going to see that in the examples. How that function is used. You are learning English now. You are learning English now. You are not swimming now. You are not swimming now. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? That's a question form. I am sitting, an affirmative form. I am not standing, a negative sentence. Is he sitting or standing? That's a question form. They are reading their books. They are reading their books. They are not watching TV. They are not watching television. So you can see that this use of now is used to we use the present continuous tense to tell what is not happening now and what is happening now. Very good. The next use of present continuous tense, number two, is to tell longer actions in progress at this very moment. To tell longer actions in progress at the moment. So as you can see the diagram, again we have the present, past and future. So in English, now can mean this very second, today, this month, or this year, this century, and so on. Sometimes we use the present continuous tense to say that we are in the process of doing a longer action which is in progress. As you can see, in English, now could mean today, this very second, this year, this month, and so on, this century, this millennium, and so on. So this tense can be used to show the longer actions that are in progress. They are continuing now, they are continuing this month, this year, they are continuing in this century, or today. For example, we might not be doing it at this very exact second, but it is continuing behind the scenes. For example, we are doing our studies. I am continuing with my grade 5. So that means right now at the moment, maybe you could be doing something else, maybe playing football, but in real sense you are continuing with your study in grade 5. Examples. All these sentences can be said while eating dinner in a restaurant. I am studying. You see, it doesn't mean that you are studying to become a doctor in the restaurant, but in real sense you are continuing with your study to become a doctor. So all these sentences are used, they use number 2 to show longer actions that are in progress. I am studying to become a doctor. I am not studying to become a dentist. I am reading the book Tom Sawyer. I am not reading any books right now. Are you working on any special projects at work? So as you can see, I am giving out examples both in positive, negative form, and also in question forms, so that you can be able to have a greater perspective of what we are learning today. The next usage is of present continuous tense is used to show the near future. Near future, as you can see, near future, the place where there is this blue X symbol is showing near future. It's not very far in the future, but it's near the present. As you can see, sometimes speakers use the present continuous to indicate that something will or will not happen in the near future, as we can see in the examples. I am meeting some friends after work. So that is something that it's an action that has not taken place, but it is in plan in the near future. It is in plan in the near future. I am not going to the party tonight. Is he visiting his parents next weekend? Isn't he coming with us tonight? So you can see all these actions have not yet taken place, but they are in plan to take place in the near future. The usage number 4 for present continuous tense is repetition and irritation with always. You see, repetition and irritation with always. The present continuous tense with words such as always or constantly expresses the idea that something irritating or shocking often happens. Notice that the meaning is like simple present but with negative emotion. Remember to put the words always or constantly between be and the verb with ing, the gerund. Let's go to the examples. She is always coming to class late. That's something negative. He is constantly talking. I wish he could shut up. I don't like them because they are always complaining. So you can see, as you can see, all these sentences here, they show some kind of irritation or repetition, something that is continuously happening and it is irritating. It is not something good. Now for practice, we are going to complete the following sentences using the present continuous tense, and we need to capitalize. We always need to capitalize. We always need to punctuate our work whenever we're doing any kind of writing. My son talked on the phone right now. Can you try? Okay. My son is talking on the phone right now. Is talking. A progressive action. Are you sleeping? This is a question, so we need to make a question form. Are you sleeping? Number 3, Jason is doing his homework at the moment. Jason is doing his homework at the moment. Number 4, Tom is working on a project nowadays. Tom is working on a project nowadays. Number 5, my kids are playing in the garden now. My kids are playing in the garden now. So those are a few examples that I have given you. As you know that you need to write these in your books, make some notes in your books every time that there is a tutorial. Just make, especially the practice, some kind of notes, just copy in your books. Then you need to do the assignment. There is an assignment that you need just to continue the way we have done the practice part, that we complete the sentences using the present continuous tense. And you also need to capitalize when you need to where the capital letter is needed. For example, if in the previous practice number 2, you need to start with R, and you need to begin with capital A because R is beginning the sentence. So carefully complete the assignment, do it in your books. For marking, do it as carefully as possible. Ensure that you use the form that we have learned. The form is you use am, is, are with present participle, or with a verb that has ing, like in the examples that we have done. So thank you again. Please make sure that you try out speaking as much as you're doing the assignment. Try out speaking at home with your siblings, with your parents, just for practice. Ask them, what are you doing now? Are you meeting your friend after lunch? Make practice makes perfect, as we all know. Thank you for having me, and have a great time.